Hey there, sugar lips. The PLSX yield farms. Very sexy, very cool. The disco lights are going on. But what do you rotate your rewards into? Do you choose Pulse? Do you choose PLSX? Do you choose HEX? Do you choose PHEX? Too many tickers. 4. Which to choose? The answer is to get all of them. I'm going to explain to you why. You are a straight back baby doll. Please, I'm going to ask you nicely. Make sure your forehead is not sweaty. Check your elbows. Are they still pointy? Check your knees. Do you still have pointy knees? Okay. We can reward yourself with a rotation of your INC token, incentive token that you get from any of these yield farms. This is on PLSX. Okay. These are juicy, beautiful, sexy yield farms. Whoever's in control might be a duck, knows exactly what he's doing. Good yields. I want you to know your baby doll friend has made yield farming rewards and everything you need to know about yield farms. If you don't watch these videos, I promise you, I'm going to backhand you in the face. The amount of content I put in this literally is going to summarize the past 3 years of the entire crypto experience of yield farms. You get 3 years of everything in 3 videos. This is one, PLSX yield farms. Which ones are safe or risky? The tutorial as well. I got some juice on there with some tips and tricks for everybody using, okay? Update on the PLSX yield farms, okay? And PLSX yield farms plus impermanent loss. Oh, you got to watch this one. You got to watch all of them. Every single one of them. Everything with the word yield farm in there or yield farms. Watch them. So what do you rotate to? I'm going to let you know. In my history, whenever I spend hours and hours and hours trying to figure something out and I just were like, you know what? I'm going to throw in the towel. I got no idea. Usually, in my experience, when I look back, the answer means it just goes, wee! It's indecisive. That's the answer. So people have been asking me, I get asked every time. The most common question is, what do I rotate my yields into? What do I buy? People ask me, what do I buy? I say, please sit down on your squeaky chair. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is Pulse going to go up the most? Is it going to be PLSX? HEX, PHEX? Going to be a dark horse? Someone's going to do something? If you buy all 4, you can't go wrong. Not because of diversification. That's what you think, okay? It is because of that, half of it. But the other half is to give you an option to rotate if something deviates. Let me explain. We are looking at the Dex Screener page for PLSX right now. So I want you to know, okay, you go to dexscreener.com/pulse chain. This should be bookmarked. Literally, this should be your Bible. Okay, if you don't have this, you're not going to get anywhere. You go to your Bible here. You can click on any of them. When you click on PLSX, you get this page. You have to click up here, switch to WPLS pricing. You want to look at the ratio. You see this number? 0.38. That means PLSX is 38% of Pulse price. ETH BTC is 0.067. Ethereum is 6.7% of Bitcoin's price. That's what you got to know, all right? Actually, I'm going to leave this here because this is a bit of Hopian for us to see, okay? Look, at the end of the day, what is the right answer? There is no real right answer. But if you get all 4, so I used to be a spreader, okay? I used to trade spreads. I understand them inside out, okay? Just want you to know, spreads is all about finding out what your world looks like if the spread goes up and if the spread goes down. What is your profit status, your portfolio status? What does the ratio of your coins look like? So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to draw it here for you, okay? Because you know what I love? This is what I always wanted to do. I would love when I'm watching someone on YouTube and instead of them saying, go and do your research, why don't you go and do your I would love it when they'll do what I'm about to do for you. I'm actually going to do it for you right now in front of you. You just get to watch, okay? You could be on the dunny right now, okay? Plopping away. You get to watch. So this is the PLSX to Pulse ratio. I want you to remember, if this goes up, PLSX is winning. If this goes down, PLSX is losing. Risk on, risk off. That's it, okay? Now, we're probably going to go, wee, but this is my guess. It's no guarantee. All right, so if you are accumulating, so here you go, step 1, INC rewards, okay? This is your benefit if you convert the wins to PLS plus PLSX plus HEX plus PHEX equally, okay? I'll make an exception. You can do 33% PLS, 33% PLSX, 33% HEX. Okay. You should do it like that. Okay. Don't do 25% each. Just have a bit of that. So to clarify, this is your benefit because you're a baby doll, baby cake. Your forehead's not sweaty anymore. You're not drinking anything room temperature. Not today. This is your benefit. Your benefit is this. If the spread blows out upwards and it shocks everyone, it's actually pretty high right now. But right, let's say the spread keeps blowing out. You are in a lucky position up here, right? Who's going to be in pain? The pulse holders, because PLSX is winning. Who's going to be winning up here? PLSX. Remember the green arrow going up is PLSX winning. So PLSX is winning on this ratio. So just to clarify, remember this is the PLSX to PLS ratio. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this so you can see the numerator and denominator, right? So you can see it like this, okay? Now, if we go up here and PLSX, this is PLSX super strength. The beautiful part is you already own PLS. So you don't know this was going to happen, but you just happen to have it. So what you could do is, right, and you own PLSX, right? And you're like, wow, I didn't expect PLSX to go up this much against PLS. What you could choose to do at this point is you can just rotate, right? So you know how you're accumulating 33% each, 33%, 33%, 33%. So you might have, let's just say a random number, right? Let's say you just have $333 of each, okay? You got $333 each, 333, 333, 333. Okay, you have, I'm going to write these down, and then you have HEX, okay? This is just in your kitty for your rewards. At this point, you now have the option to protect yourself, okay? You're going to say, hey, I'm going to wipe my head, no more sweat. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate a bit of my PLSX and convert it into pulse because PLSX is high here. So the spread is high. So you might not do all of it because you don't know if it keeps going, but you might then change your ratio here up the top and go, hey, I'm going to rotate a bit. You go, hey, you know what? Instead of 333, I actually want I want to rotate more. So what you might do is, okay, you might remove this down to like $150 and you add like $450 here. Okay, you add $150 here. I know this doesn't add up to what it is. So this is like 400, right? This is something you might do, okay? You might actually do this ratio, by the way, because what you end up doing is your PLSX, maybe PLSX is just super strong against everything. And then what you do is you go, hey, I'm going to rotate the PLSX out and just dip into the others. And you can do that at this point. Isn't this fantastic? If you went all in on one coin and you get it wrong, you don't have this optionality up here. And by the way, this happens on the way down too. So I'm going to draw an arrow going down. Down here, it's going to be the same story. But if it goes down here, what happens is PLSX is losing. Okay, so down here, you're going to have, remember, 333, 333, 333. The number's going to be different, right? You're going to have the 3 here as well. And what you might decide to do is you might say, hey, man, like down here, PLSX is really weak. And what's the strong one here? It's pulse. And what you might decide to do is now you'd say, all right, you know this pulse 333, I'm put $100 in. You know, I'm going to make this like, you know, $600. You can put this as a round number, 200. Okay, so what you've done is, or 300 here, yeah, this is what you might do. So what you've done is, because PLSX has gone super weak down here, you have rotated, right? You have rotated your pulse into PLSX down here. What you've done is you basically increased your bag size of the weaker one because you're kind of assuming this whole thing is going to be a mean reverting spread, okay? The whole kind of ecosystem. So you only get this benefit. I just want to reiterate to you. You only get this if you get all the coins. What if we went down here, but you were accumulating PLSX? That sucks, right? You don't have any pulse down here to convert. You don't have any base currency of the winner here, okay? And also on the upside, you know, there are people, I know people, I saw them, they just went all in the pulse down here. I saw them. They took a loss straight away. I was actually making posts. I said, congratulations to the noobs who ratio traded in literally the first 60 minutes. They are down 50%. And there was one guy who puked. You can't see the thing here, but he sold it down here at 0.22. Okay. So up here, he's already, oh my God, he's down. Okay, that's a 75%. Let's actually go down. How much is really down? He's down 43%. Oh my God, bro, we haven't even been out for 10 days. You're down 43% of your bags. What are you doing? address 4C3E. Oh, man, these people, like, come on. This is why I tell you, please be careful, okay? It's a double-edged sword. That's why when I give you the friendship targets, they're 2.5-year targets for a reason. Look at the damage you can do to yourself in the short term. This guy, you'd have waited 2 years. He's already down 43%. He's down 43% of his quantity, which means a freaking shitload of money in the future. Oh my God. Okay. So maybe instead of having 100 million PLSX, right, his value up here today is only worth 60 million. So instead of PLSX being worth 100, so he's only got 60 million worth of PLSX. He should have 100 million. So he's missing 40 million PLSX. That's going to be crazy, man. That's a lot of money if that goes up 100x from here, friends. All right, so I hope I understand this. So you can do this for every single ratio, by the way. Everything. This is HEX and Pulse. It's the same thing. Obviously, it's not loading because I think it's got a sweaty forehead today. All of these are the same. It's the same principle, okay? Don't worry about stressing out. I don't want you to please play around these. I'm actually disgusted because we have to use a 4-hour candle. Let me tell you something, right? This should be minimum 3 days, okay? Minimum, okay? This is the charts we're looking at. Yeah, 3 days. You see this? That's what you're looking at. Very, very, very long term. 3 days or weekly. These candles, they're not going to mean anything, okay? We're in for a long time, friends, like a long time, okay? We might find that this goes up, you know what I mean? Then it comes down and it goes up. That's what we might find happens, okay? Doing this short-term little stuff on this 1 hour, 4 hour, people think they're trading, but what they're actually doing is gambling. They just don't know it yet, okay? So to conclude, if you accumulate something from each section, not only are you diversified, but if there hits an extreme part of a ratio, you can rotate. You're like, hey, man, that's cool. Like, you know, wow, PLSX is super strong against Pulse. Well, the good thing is I accumulated PLSX as my rewards for the past 2-3 months and in part of my staking yield and whatever. And I can rotate some of that out up here. You basically end up what we call it jobbing, you know. You get in and out, in and out. Now, you're not going to get this perfect. The ranges aren't going to be perfect. But, hey, you won't stress as much, right? You won't stress as much. You know the worst part, friends? We're all going to make it. We're all in this together. But there are going to be people who, they're all in PLS. They think PLSX is trash. What do you think they're going to be feeling up here? If PLSX hits 0.47, they're going to feel like suicidal. They're going to feel very, very bad. So, and also, we all thought, this is what we generally thought, that PLSX would go down here. I thought PLSX was finished. I thought we're all wrecked. I thought, oh, man, we're all destroyed on our PLSX part, but we're not. Okay, so life is full of surprises, like a box of chocolates. Okay, so I hope you are prepared, friends. This is all from the PLSX Yield Farm Rewards. And if you do short-term staking for HEX, you can do the same principle. This also applies for you buying with new money. It's the same thing. So if you say to me, hey, where do I DCA? $200 a week, $1,000 a week. Okay, a lot of you doing that. Buy them all. 33% Pulse, 33% PLSX, 33% split between PHEX and EHEX. That is what you do. If you can't get on the bridge, just buy EHEX for now on Ethereum, and then you can rotate it all and get your ratios done later. That's fine when the bridge finally unclogs. When you do this, trust me, you will be in a so much better place. There is nothing better than, no matter what happens, if it squeezes up or down, you are prepared for both cases. Yeah, you're not going to make as much as the person who went all in, but you protected yourself. You're going to be happy. Trust me, you're going to be happy. You're like, woohoo! I've got some currency to spend. That's the position you want to be in. You know what else you want to be in? The position of friendship. Lucky for you, you already are. Like, subscribe, bell button, and all friends. Tell mum and dad that you love them.